Hi, I'm Marky Mark.
And this is Richard.
And this is this week's music review.
Okay, welcome to this week's MWP music review, where we talk about the new music from New Music Friday, which has just gone. Okay, so let's start with... where's it gone? Here we go. Maren Morris, and the song is called The Bones. I love the guitar at the start. Sounds really nice, this track. I really liked her voice. I like the drum beats. Really like this track, and I give it a 4.
Yeah, I did. I kind of went down the middle with a 2.5. It's kind of it's more of a pop ballad sort of thing. I thought, to be honest, I loved the vocals, and I thought it was it's a feel good track. But just a 2.5 for me.
Okay. The next one is Regard, and the song is called Secrets. I didn't think it suited his voice. I didn't think. I thought this track would be better with a female voice. Myself personally,
right?
I like the funky 70s riff in the middle. I think. See, it sounded 70s to me. But it's a good track. But I thought, as I said personally, with the female vocals, I thought it'd be even better. So I just gave it a 3.
I really like the bass tone throughout the track. I thought it was a head bobber. Groovies. I got a little bit of an 80s vibe from it. I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay. Next one is DMAs, and the song title is called The Glow. I've got rock, pop track.
Yeah.
Nothing. It didn't do anything for me. It was just, it's on, and that was about it. So I gave it a 2.
Yeah, I gave it exactly the same. I gave it a 2. Pop punk, rocky. I thought the recording was a tight recording. And I really like the recording sound of it. And I thought it was quite catchy. It's just one of those things that I hear and I think it may be an age thing. It just sounds. I just listen to it and think, do you know what? This isn't kind of aimed at me.
Getting old, are you?
Yeah. It's a strange feeling though. I don't know what it is, because I listen to it, especially this track, and I just think, oh no, that's I'm a bit old for something like that. But I don't know. Yeah, but so that's probably why it's not really kind of. I'm going and think, oh, it's amazing. That's why I gave it a 2.
You're never too old. You're starting to sound like your dad or something. No. Oh, you're too old for that music, son.
Yeah, that's it. Isn't it?
Right, the next one is Sean Escoffery, and the song title is called Forgotten Man. We've talked about this dude about 3-4 weeks ago, didn't we? He was the guy from the West End, Is that right?
That's exactly right, yeah. From the Lion King.
That's right. Very good voice. Unfortunately, this song does nothing for me either, but I thought it would sound good in a film soundtrack, like from... What came pop to my head was like from The Man from U.N.C.L.E., because I just watched that recently again, and it sounds like it could be in a film score. So I gave it just gave it a 2.
Oh really? I really liked it.
Okay.
I liked the obviously I've said this before on his other tracks that we've listened to. I love his voice. I think his voice is great. And it's a little old school with the way it sounds, some of the drum beats in it, and actually, to be honest, it sounds a kind of out of the school of Amy Winehouse. I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Ronson had something to do with it. It sounds sort of kind of his thing, which I really liked. And I dig the tune. I gave it a 4.
Okay. Next one is John Legend, and this track, well, actually, it's featuring Jenna Aiko, and the song is called You Move, I Move. So, I didn't like the start. Slow start, then it starts picking up. But it was just a pass me by track again for me, unfortunately. So I give it a 2.
Yeah, I was exactly the same. Really, I like his voice and I like some of his songs, but this sort of thing doesn't really kind of grab my attention. So I just gave it a 2 as well.
Okay. The Killers, My Own Soul's Warning is the track. Obviously, really like the Killers. Unfortunately, I don't like this track. Like the build-up at the start, but that was about it. It didn't. The last 2 tracks, this one and the one before, I've just not liked, unfortunately. So yeah, nothing for me.
Yeah. What score did you give it?
2.5. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we've listened to another Killers track, haven't we? And
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of them, so this didn't really do much for me. It's kind of a fast-driven track. I bet it's actually quite fun to play, but for me to listen to, it didn't do anything. So I just gave it a 2.
Okay, next one. We reviewed these last week, and we've actually got 2 of those songs this week. So it's the Black Eyed Peas, and the song is called Feel the Beat. So where is my notes on this? Oh, yeah. So I put, basically, it feels like I'm in Brazil, I've put, with the beat. Yeah. And it's not it's not their best one. They've actually got an album out now. So with all this on, so again, it's just not. I'm not feeling it, I'm afraid, with the Black Eyed Peas at the moment. And again, another 2.
Yeah, I was exactly the same too. I didn't really. It didn't do much for me. But I will give the Black Eyed Peas a chance. I do find their songs grow on me. So but this one I thought it was a cool beat, but it didn't really grab my attention. Also, their new album, all their song titles are in capital letters.
Oh. What does that mean?
Just a thing. Who knows? I have no idea. I actually think maybe it could be the sign of different fonts being used for titles. Because everything's on Spotify now. Everything's on Apple Music. There's no albums. Everything, So I wonder if fonts might start coming into.
Oh, I see. Make it stand out a bit more.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, make it stand out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, how Spotify work. I don't know whether they have the same font. Because obviously, when I'm looking at it now, apart from capital letters, the rest of it's all the same font. So
yeah,
I don't know I don't know. But anyway, next one, Alicia Keys, "Perfect Way to Die." Like the piano in the track. Alicia's voice suits the track. But that was about as far as it went. I liked her last one she did. So, but this one, they just give it a 3.
Yeah, it didn't really do much for me. So I just gave it a 2.5. I like her. I like the lyrics in this one. That's about it. Yeah.
Okay, this is a good name for another band, the Magic Gang. Take back the track. Okay, nice flowing track. It's a track I think will grow on me over a period of time. Like his voice, I thought it had a 60s kind of guitar thing going on in the background. I don't know if you got that same vibe. Yeah. I enjoyed it. So 3.5.
Yeah. It didn't do too much for me. I like the guitar parts in them. I think they were pretty cool. I got sort of a little bit of the Smiths influence coming through, especially with the vocals. I guess it's kind of a good indie rock track. I just get a 2.5 for me.
Okay, Nico B, and the track is called "Who's That? What's That?"
Yeah.
what do I say? It's not for me. There was.
Not your cup of tea.
I know it's not my cup of
Not
tea.
your cup of
The
tea.
lyrics was text that WhatsApp, and I was thinking, what on earth? It's 1.5.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't.
You gave it 1.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't. I didn't get the
Yeah.
lyrics. I thought, what? This didn't make sense to me.
I liked it, man. I liked it. I liked the kind of the lo-fi guitar intro. Thought it was groovy. I thought it was quite catchy, and the kind of spoken rap, the spoken word is really cool. I think. I think it's kind of, to me, I would say it's kind of modern day poetry, really. You know, if you things like, I mean, did you ever listen to The Streets?
Yes, I do know the street stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, that stuff's amazing, and
Yeah,
I think this is just kind of what it is. You know?
Yeah, because
I wouldn't say this is as good as The Streets, but I like that I like that spoken kind of rap
stuff.
Poetry, sort of reading a poem sort of thing over a beat. I kind of like it. So yeah, I'd probably there's some good potential for this artist, but so I gave it a 3.5.
Yeah, because the Streets was like, didn't they do that hit Dry Your Eyes, Mate?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah. Oh, I love The Streets, man. I love all their stuff.
Are they still going?
No, they haven't released anything, or he hasn't released anything for ages.
Really?
I don't think, anyway. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Right, the next one is Phoebe Bridgers, and the track is called I See You. Not doing well this week, nothing for me whatsoever. Didn't Not my cup of tea. 1.5.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. It didn't do much for me. I like the vocals, kind of a singer-songwriter thing, and I give it a 2.5.
Okay, next one is Subfocus, and the track is called Just Hold On. I would say this is like drum and bass. Would you say drum and bass? Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I thought it was a good club track. I like the violins in the middle. It reminds me of another dance track, actually. That was it, that Pete Tong did in his Ibiza tour. And it's got this little violin bit, something like that. Now I thought that reminds me of another track that he did on. It's like almost the same sample as, and I couldn't think of the name of the track, but because obviously I'm a big Pete Tong fan, so I've watched the Ibiza concerts with the Heritage Orchestra many times, and there's one of the tracks in there, and I'm thinking that bit has just got it in, and I don't know what track it is. It's I think it's a 90s track, I think. So yeah, overall it's going to be a grower. So I gave it a 3.5.
Yeah, I go exactly the same. It's 3.5. I thought it was really cool. I didn't think much of it until the bass came in. It was amazing. Yeah, I really like the bass on it. It's quite a deep sound, and yeah, liked it.
Okay. Next track is Tom Walker, and the track is called "Wait for You." It's okay. I like the guitar riff in the background of the track. Again, that's about as excited as it got for me, so 2.5.
Yeah, I wasn't far behind. Again, I haven't really got much to say on it, really. I like his voice. I think, I can't remember his other tunes, but he has brought out some other tunes over the last year or something, which I think were better. So, but yeah, so I just gave this one a 2.
Okay. Black Eyed Peas again. This time it's Vida Loca. Vida Loca. Right, so this one is yours. What do you think?
Oh, I think it's great. It's. I mean, it heavily samples.
Kentus's.
Which I think it puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, I thought it was groovy, funky, like the beat, like the kind of remix of it all, and yeah, so I gave it a 3.5.
Yeah, I said I was just going to put in the notes. Can't touch this vibe straight away, which is quite cool. But it's actually not. I don't know if people know this, but MC Hammer did not do the do 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 do. Can't touch this. It was a dude before that, and he sang this. It's a super freak, a super freaky do 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 do.
Yeah.
What's his name? He did it. Can't remember his name. I can see him now because his videos were quite, shall we say, risque at the time.
Rick James.
That's
Rick
it.
James.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll tell you. Yeah. When I was a kid, I was in HMV and I was looking for some records. I picked up Rick James's because I saw a recommendation or someone recommended like funky stuff. Or like maybe a guitar teacher, and he said Rick James. So I went into HMV to pick up, but I couldn't bring myself to go to the counter because of the cover. He was like,
really?
It was such a sexual cover.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't bring. I was embarrassed to go to the counter and buy the CD. It's ridiculous, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean the videos were really risque, so how they were shown back in those days, I do not know, but yeah, you just it's because you're sort of embarrassed.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, right.
But yes, but it's a great tune.
What did you give it?
I gave it a 3.5.
Okay, I'll give it a 2. Okay, next one is Kamara, and the song is called Jealous. What do you think?
I love this tune. I thought it's great. It's actually, it's just a little over 2 minutes, and it's a nice simple tune, chilled out, lo-fi, and I gave it a 4.
Okay,
it's great. Really, yeah.
Oh, a 4. And we're not done. Our scores are a bit rubbish this week, aren't they? There's just nothing really. It's either because sometimes, don't you? Some months you get, or coming out, you get some brilliant tracks. But this year, there doesn't seem to be. It's the odd one, isn't it? Or the odd, and that's it. So there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's been a funny year this year. Anyway, I like the acoustic guitar at the start. It is. I put down slow track. It's got some nice parts in the track. I give it a 2.5.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is Malik, and the track is called Orange. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I really liked it. I like the old school beat. I like the way it's sampled drum beat, which I think was cool. I like the vocals, and again, I gave it another 4.
Gosh,
really digged it.
You did. The single cover reminds me of Kraftwerk. When I looked at it, I thought that looks like Kraftwerk. It's just
it
reminds me of one of the, I think it's Computer or one of the songs they did, but it reminds me. I personally I didn't like it, so I just gave it a 1.5 for me. I tell you, we're so diverse, which is quite good for the listener.
Yeah.
Because if we all like the same, it'd be boring, wouldn't it? I suppose. Right.
It would be, yeah.
The last one is Duke Ross, and the single is called Sophia. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I really like this track. I really liked it. Nice, chilled. Love the vocals. It's kind of like a folk pop vibe to it. I get a little bit of it's a guy singer, but I get Tracy Chapman. I can hear Tracy Chapman all over his vocals.
What Tracy Chapman is that the guy who we've got a nice car?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Which I didn't. My dad gave me a Tracy Chapman CD, and it didn't have any cover on it, so I had no idea who it was. And I loved it.
Yeah, because everyone thought it was. A lot of people thought it was a lady, didn't they, when it first came out?
No, the other way around.
The other way around. Is it the other way around? The other way around. Yes.
Tracy
sorry.
Tracy Chapman's a woman. Yeah,
That's
I
right.
always thought it was a bloke.
That bloke. That's right.
Singing.
Yeah, the other way around. Yeah, that's right.
And but for this guy, I loved his voice, and I thought it was a great track, and I gave it a 5.
5. Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
Right, he's gone 4, 4, 5. Right, so
Well, yeah. Well, I bet you've given it a 0.
No, I haven't. Nice guitar at the start, nice slow track, 2.5. There we are.
Okay.
So I went in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
So that brings us to the end of this week's New Music Friday review. And as ever, we can't play the tracks due to copyright, but if you go to our Spotify playlist, search for MWP playlist, and you will see us on there. And all the tracks we've talked about today are on there, and from all the other previous podcasts as well. So before we go on to the World Music Review, got it right this week, another thing for you all to watch is I watched another documentary on Netflix. I tell you, I should get rights here for sponsorship from Netflix. This is third week in a row now, I think. So on Netflix, they have brought out a documentary about Queen and Adam Lambert. So how they got together and where they are today. So basically, it settles a little bit, obviously, about Freddie at the start, and then how they met Adam, and then how eventually they got together, and then where they are today. And when you watch the documentary, again, when you watch the gigs, you're thinking, bloody hell, this is huge. So, and his voice, Adam's voice, is just absolutely he's got an amazing voice, that guy. Absolutely amazing. You just can't knock the bloke. His vocals are just amazing. So it's on Netflix. It's on for an hour and a half. So if you pop over and watch that's very good. And obviously the other things I watched recently was the Garth Brooks one. There's a documentary on there. That's very good. And there's one about Taylor Swift as well called Miss America. That one's very good as well. So yeah, if you pop over to Netflix, not our sponsor, unfortunately, you'll find them all on there, and they're really good. I mean, it's good I like watching these things. So if you see anything on Sky Arts or anything, we'll let you know if there's a good documentary. Or sometimes even on BBC iPlayer, don't they? They put there was another one on recently. I watched again for the 5th time called Britannia Symphony, Synth or something. Yeah, basically, I can't remember their name correctly, but it's all about synth pop bands from the very late 70s to the mid 80s, and it tells the story of like OMD, Pet Shop Boys, New Order, Gary Newman, and that's very good. They keep repeating that lately, so that's quite good. So anyway, we will move on now. So we'll move on to the World Music Review. Okay, now we move on to the World Music Review, and this week we're coming from Canada. Now, the problem I had with Canada, I've got a problem with Canada. Just like to point that out straight away. You don't have any problems with Canada.
You were just going to go on a massive political rant.
Yeah, no. I got no problems with Canada. Is that they're a pain in the neck because most of the tracks in their charts we've reviewed. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I kept going. We've done. So I think I was into the teens and in the 20s. So because unfortunately so they're pretty much where we are, as in in the UK where their tracks are. So so anyway, so I had to scrimp and scrape looking for tracks to review that we haven't done. So so apart from that, that's the only problem I have with Canada. The rest of it's fine.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So the first artist is Stay Solid Rocky. and the track is called Party Girl. Short and sweet for me. Didn't like it. 1.5.
Right. Okay. Yeah. It didn't grab my attention too much. I gave it a 2.5, but
Right.
I like the beat on it. And to be honest, if you like your 808s, then you'll love this tune. So, but yeah, it didn't do too much for me
Okay.
today.
Yeah. Lil Mossy, and the track is called Blueberry Fago. Okay. Okay. Good beat. But that was about it. Nothing more to for me.
Yeah, I like the chord progression in it, and I like the sax in the background in the intro. And I thought it was quite a cheerful tune. But yeah, straight down the middle again, 2.5.
Joshi, Jowsh. How do you pronounce that?
Joshi. Okay.
Yeah, Joshi, yeah. So Joshi 685, and the track is called Savage Love. Not doing well here. Nothing for me.
Not your cup of tea.
No, not my cup of coffee either. 2. I'll have a 2.
Yeah. I like this track, man. I thought the vocals were good on it. I got a Caribbean kind of vibe.
I'm mistaken. Sorry. I've read the wrong one. 2.5. You carry on, and I'll read my bit out. Go
on. Yeah, it's pretty much it. I like the vocals. I thought it was quite a happy tune, and I gave it a 3.
It was a 2.5.
Right.
But this track is a massive track on TikTok because it's got this do 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 do. Now, everyone is doing this dance to it on TikTok.
Right.
I mean, I don't like it personally. The track, I'm not a big fan of it. But every time there's 2 tracks that are massive on TikTok at the moment. One is this one, and the other one is The Weeknd Blinding Lights, and both of them people are doing these dance routines to them. So if you are a TikToker, you'll know what I mean. And everyone's this is like a slow doot 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 where the hands go up on the shoulders and they do this swinging left and right and apparently what's happening now is if your song is doing what these are doing and so many people are listening to it, so every time you listen to it on your TikTok, it gets ticked as a play. So the artist it goes against their score, so it's like 1 play. So what they're doing now is the artists are desperately picking the 15 seconds, because you get on TikTok you get this 15 seconds. So they're picking this 15 seconds so they can do these little dances to them or routines or little speech things or something like that. So
I don't know if you remember a few months ago when we were doing the news bulletin things that we spoke about that. That's what record companies were doing. They were paying for their songs to get on TikTok for them to become a viral thing.
Yes.
And then the song
goes number 1.
It goes really well. And obviously it was kind of remarking on a couple of songs. I think Old Town Road. He was saying, would this song be as successful as it is if it hadn't been on TikTok? So
yes,
there's a debate there.
There is, because in some respects for artists, do you say, is it fair? Is it not fair? Is it everyone for themselves? Because, you don't know how much push is pushed to get that song, viral. It depends really, because you could have an artist. I mean, because Jason Derulo's involved with this track, isn't he? So, so I mean, when you look at his Instagram, his all his socials, basically, he's got a huge amount of followers. So, then if he puts it on, then it it's bound to do a bit like Katy Perry or Taylor Swift. They've got enough followers. But I suppose if the song is pants, then people won't stream it so much. But the thing with this TikTok, isn't it? People hear it, And then everyone starts doing this dance routine, and then next minute, before you know it, it's got a gazillion plays on it, and it goes boom straight to number one.
it.
So I don't. It's a great marketing tool for an artist or a record company thinking, we can get the bandwagon here and get this out. But like you said, is it really getting to number one because of the song, or is it getting to number one because everyone's doing this dance routine to it? Don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's fair, or
I have no idea. Do I think it's fair? Yeah, because it's just the way it works. It's back in the day, it was the songs that got played on MTV would become a hit.
Yes.
The songs that got played, on Radio 1 in the 60s became a hit. So I think it's just another way,
new
it's just
medium.
another thing that that's it really, isn't it? So record labels, big record labels, are always going to have that advantage because they've got the money, they've got the artists, and they've got the money. So and yeah, that's it really. So.
No, I mean, obviously, if I could do that, then I probably would, because you're gonna get if I brought out a track and then everyone did this dance routine to it, I'm not gonna go, oh dear. You're gonna thinking, right?
Well, no.
Look at me plays going up.
Yeah, you'll have to make up a dance routine, won't you?
As long as we're not on it, that'll be all right, because that will frighten everyone off.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I mean, it's the same. I mean, I remember when Michael Jackson came out in the 80s and he brought out Smooth Criminal on Top of the Pops, and it was advertised on the BBC, and they said, the big video's coming out, and how many people, millions and millions of people watched that.
Yeah, that's it.
Because of the Smooth Criminal video, which was awesome. And then obviously the song just went, because Michael always did these amazing videos. There was no expense spared. And, because they were so good, like you said about MTV, they were, or VH1 or whatever it is back then, they just constantly got played, didn't they? So the track.
Yeah, I mean, I know the video to Thriller, that was advertised as a short film.
Yes, it was.
Long when it was
the
whole thing was a short.
That must have cost millions to make that. Millions.
Well, yeah.
But again, absolutely amazing video. Very, very clever. I mean, the guy, all of them, not just Michael, but the whole people, were just very clever, and they knew what to do. And they, it made some fantastic videos. But I think obviously back in the day, because streaming now on YouTube, you see, obviously when you go on YouTube, when you get played, it goes as a count now, doesn't it? Your videos do. If it's an official Vivo video, I think it gets counted. So if you can bring out a good video as well as TikTok, as well as a song, you're laughing.
Yeah.
So you just got if you got all three, you're laughing. You got a hit, and you're going to go straight to number one, and then it's going to go all around the world, and then happy days. So I mean, if it works, then there's you got to be in it to win it. So because obviously the next one you might bring out, it might not be as good. So right, I think we've covered that.
Yeah.
Right. So the next one is Surfaces, and the track is called Sunday Best, and basically this was Nothing for Me too.
Yeah, oh man, I liked it, man. I dig this tune. I get it. Nice summer vibe, chilled, groovy, upbeat. I like the piano, I like the beat, and I gave it a 4.
Okay, last one is Tones and I, and the track is called Dance Monday. Good beat, fast dance. I thought good.
Dance Monkey.
Yeah, Dance Monkey. It'd be a good.
You said Dance Monday.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I saw you said Monday.
Did I? Oh dear. Well, when I listen to the podcast again, I'll thinking, what am I doing? Anyway, Dance Monkey, as in monkey business.
Okay.
I thought this is going to be a good track in the clubs, and it wouldn't surprise me if it does well. It does well in the clubs. The song overall for me was only a 2.5, but as in the club track, I think it'll do quite well.
Yeah, I haven't. This wasn't the club track, was it?
I've got it down as it'll be good in the clubs. Fast dance. Oh, I see.
Right,
I know. Sorry. Basically, what I'm saying is, if it was made into a fast dance track,
yeah,
then I think it'd be a good track. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I've heard this tune quite a lot, and yeah, it's kind of. I don't know. It doesn't really do much for me, so I just gave it a 2.
A 2.
I think because the thing is, I've heard this song loads of times, like, so I think that's probably why I've given it 2. I think if it was the first time I was hearing it,
yeah,
I'd probably have a different opinion on it, because probably when I did first hear it, I thought, oh, okay, I actually quite like this, but I've just heard it so many times.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I just had this weird feeling. The people of the podcast can't hear, but I'm sure I can hear my mother's voice.
Oh, really?
What the hell?
I can't hear anything.
No,
so,
you can't hear anything, but I think, oh, no, she'd come round, because it's obviously Father's Day today, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
So I was having a nightmare. I thought I was having a nightmare there. Right, okay, so that's it for the World Music Review from Canada. Thank you, Canada. So now we move on to what we call our favourite tracks of the week. So, Rich, which one is yours?
Right. I need to find it. I'll close my book.
Oh
no, what we're doing? So many pages of songs. I'm gonna go with the only song I gave a 5 to, and I really liked it, and that was Sophia, Duke Ross.
Sophia.
Yes.
Okay, well done. Mine was Maren Morris, The Bones. So that was the first track we talked about. I really like that track. Brilliant track. I mean, it's not been a good week this week. It's just not done anything for me. I'm hoping, I'm going to like some more stuff, but it's all middle of the road for me at the moment.
Yeah, I think for me this week's actually been quite nice, because I think it's quite a mixed bag. I've given one song a 5. There's been a couple of 4s. There's been a lot of kind of 2s and 2.5s. But it's been all right for me this week, I thought.
Okay. So, as ever, you can find me and Rich on the socials. So, if you just type MWP, look for the pink logo. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and also on YouTube, where you can also not only listen to us on the podcast, you can also see us. Well, you can't actually see us because we're not we're separate at the moment. But you can follow the show on our YouTube page. And also, Rich, you can blast about the email address.
Yes, get in contact with us at markandrichardpodcast@gmail.com. It'd be great to hear from anyone, just to say hello. We'll give you a shout out, or it'd be great to hear what other people think about these songs.
Yeah, it would, because obviously these opinions are only me and Rich opinions. You might listen to this podcast and go, what a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
But everyone's different. That's the beauty of music. Everybody likes all different stuff. I mean, I don't like drum and bass. Rich likes drum and bass. I like show tunes. I know another mate of mine, you can't stand show tunes. So everyone's. Do you like show tunes, Rich?
If I'm in the right mood, I do like show tunes. Why not?
Yeah. So I mean, everybody likes different stuff. I mean, sometimes I like songs like from Les Miserables or Cats, or then you go into I like Guns N' Roses. So it's funny. Everyone has different tastes of what they like.
Yeah, so get in contact. It'd be good to hear from people, really.
Yeah, let us know what you like. And as Rich said, right. So that brings us to an end. So thank you for listening. Please subscribe to the podcast if you wish. And see if you wanted to listen to me and Rich blabbering on for a good 20, 30 minutes. And we will be back next week with more music reviews. So it's goodbye for me.
And it's goodbye from me.